We'll begin our class in whatever position you find most comfortable. You could choose to lay on your back with feet taken wide, arms at your sides, in traditional Shavasana. You could choose to lay on your side or take child's pose or find a seated position. Taking the time to decide what your body needs right now. And then allowing yourself to move slowly into whatever shape that is. And once you've found that position that works for you, maybe close your eyes or let your gaze soften downward. Start to release the muscles of the face, softening the jaw open, letting the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Take some time to scan through the body and notice any areas where you're holding tension, where you feel tightness. Imagine each and every one of those areas consciously softening, releasing. Letting yourself get a bit heavier on the mat. Settling more deeply into whatever is supporting you from beneath. Whether that's the ground or some kind of prop. Allowing yourself to accept that support. And release the effort involved in whatever shape you've taken. Allow the ground or your props to support you completely. From there, we'll turn our attention to our breathing without trying to change it. Just noticing first how the body feels as you inhale and exhale. Noticing what parts of the body move as you breathe. And once again, noticing any areas of tightness or resistance to the breath. If you noticed at first that your breathing was a bit shallow or short, try drawing the next inhale a little bit deeper into the body. Visualize the air traveling all the way down the length of the throat, further down the length of the spine, filling up first the lungs and then allowing the belly to rise as the diaphragm presses down. As we exhale, we'll move that air back up and out, letting the belly soften. Diaphragm moves up, air pushes back up and out of the lungs. Taking your time with each breath. And once again, noticing how the body moves as you breathe, even as you sit in stillness. Continue in motion. And we'll strive to find a length of breath that feels comfortable. So something that's maybe a little deeper than your usual breath, but nothing that feels forceful. A comfortable, slow, steady inhale and exhale. Once you found a rhythm that works for you, we'll start to invite some movement back into the body, still paying attention to the breath as we gently wiggle fingers and wiggle toes. Maybe circle wrists and ankles. Turn the head from side to side. And invite some light back into the body, gently opening the eyes. And if you are laying on your back or in another shape, taking a moment to slowly come up to a seated position. If you're laying on your back, maybe moving to your side first, and then coming to whatever seated position is most comfortable for you. And try to find equal weight through both sides of the body, grounding down through both sitting bones, lengthening the spine, lifting up through the crown of the head, sitting up tall. And then you're ready, we'll drop the chin down towards the chest and slowly roll the chin over towards one shoulder. We'll come back down through center and over to the other side. Taking your time. Really exploring any sensation that comes up as you move. And then we'll bring the head back to stillness at center. We'll start to roll through the shoulders as we inhale, lifting shoulders up towards the ears. And as we exhale, squeezing, drawing the shoulder blades together and down the back. Using the inhale to lift up and exhale to squeeze and lower. Really taking your time, focusing on what you feel between the shoulder blades and across the chest. And really working to match the movement with the breath. Setting a good foundation for the rest of the class. Good, let's change direction. Still inhaling to lift the shoulders up and exhaling, allowing the shoulder blades to spread wide as the shoulders drop back down the back. Continuing to move slowly and mindfully. And then we'll bring those shoulders back to stillness. As we inhale, let's take both hands up overhead, reaching up towards the ceiling. We'll interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, and then exhale, draw the hands down in front of the body, feeling a stretch through the palms of the hands, maybe through the wrists and the forearms. As we inhale, we'll reach up. As we exhale, we'll interlace the hands, draw them down, releasing at the bottom. Once again, here, taking your time. Working to match movement with breath. So at the top of your inhale, your hands are reaching their highest point. And at the bottom of your exhale, the hands are releasing. And next time you reach the bottom, releasing the hands, resting them on your legs or on the ground. And we'll pause for a moment, just observing, feeling the breath. And from here, we'll take the left hand onto the left knee, the right hand down behind or beside us. As we inhale, we'll press into the hands and lift up tall. As we exhale, let's draw the right shoulder back, open towards the right side, and maybe look over that right shoulder behind you. If you'd be more comfortable with your left hand on your right leg, you can move it across. Just being mindful that we're using the hands to support us in lengthening the body as opposed to twisting. At any time, you should be able to lift your hands, stay in the same depth of twist. As we inhale, pressing into the hands and lengthening. As we exhale, twisting a little deeper. Good, let's release. We'll inhale, coming back to center, and we'll switch sides. Right hand onto right leg, left hand down behind or beside us. As we inhale, we'll press into both hands, lift up tall. And as we exhale, we'll open up towards the left side, looking back over the left shoulder. With each inhale, pressing into the hands and lengthening. And with each exhale, maybe twisting a little deeper. Feeling free again if you'd like to move your right hand over to the left side. Only if that's more comfortable for you. We'll continue to inhale, press into the hands, lift up. Exhale, soften and twist. And let's inhale, releasing, coming all the way back to center. We'll make our way up onto our hands and our knees, coming into a tabletop position. So we'll have our shoulders stacked over our wrists, hips over knees, so the knees are about hip distance apart. Toes can be flat on the floor or they can tuck under. With the fingers spread nice and wide, pressing down through the tips of the fingers. And we'll press the floor away to find a neutral spine, gazing straight down towards the ground. From here, as we inhale, let's lower the belly, draw the shoulders back, and look forward for cow pose. And then as we exhale, we'll round the spine, spread the shoulders, and lift back to the knees. As we inhale, we'll lengthen the front of the body, dropping the belly, drawing shoulders back and looking ahead. And as we exhale, we'll lengthen the back of the body, pressing the floor away. Taking your time, making movements as you want to. When you're ready, coming back to stillness at center. From here, as we inhale, let's take the left hand up towards the ceiling, opening the body towards the left side. And as we exhale, we'll sweep that left hand behind the right wrist, planting the left shoulder down and then allowing the head to come down softly. We want little to no pressure on the neck and a little bit of a stretch along the outside edge of the left shoulder blade. You can leave your right arm as it is, or you can walk your fingertips forward, lengthening the right side of the body as well. We'll take a couple of slow, steady breaths here. Observing how you feel as you breathe. And then we'll take the right hand back to where it started and we'll press up into our tabletop, finding a neutral spine. Take a nice deep breath in and deep breath out. We'll do the other side. As we inhale, take the right arm open to the side, reaching up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, we'll sweep that right hand behind the left wrist, planting the right shoulder down and then allowing the head to come down softly. Again here, little to no pressure in the neck. A little bit of a stretch along the shoulder blade on the right side. And you can leave your left arm exactly as it is, or if you'd like, you can walk those fingertips forward, lengthening the whole left side of the body. Drawing the tailbone up and back, and softening into the shape. Taking a few slow inhales and exhales. And then we'll take the left hand back to where it started and press up into our tabletop. Once again, finding a neutral spine, pressing the floor away, gazing straight down. Let's take a moment to really grip down through the fingertips. Press the floor away, and then we'll step our feet back, tucking the toes under, lifting the hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Take a moment if you'd like to pedal out through your feet, bending knees, bending ankles. And then we'll come back to stillness. You can keep a little bit of a bend in your knees. Really press the floor away. Lift your hips up and back. Find a straight, long spine. And breathe. One more nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we'll walk forward to the top of the mat, taking really small steps, coming into a forward fold. So the feet should land about hip distance apart, maybe a little closer. Belly can rest on arms at the sides, or you could take hold of opposite elbows or wrap your arms around the backs of your legs. Taking a moment to nod the head yes or shake the head no, releasing some tension from the neck. And then we'll release the hands back down. From here, we'll straighten out the legs, straighten out the spine, bring the spine parallel with the ground, coming into half back. And then we'll exhale, releasing, lowering all the way back down again. On the next inhale, we'll bend the knees even deeper, sweep the arms out to the sides, reach the hands up overhead and come all the way up to standing. And then we'll exhale, drawing the hands down to heart center. Taking a moment to find firm grounding beneath both feet. Let the shoulders soften down, let the crown of the head lift up nice and tall. In our mountain pose, we want most of our weight through the balls of the feet and the heels, with the inner arches lifted. So sometimes a good way to do that is to lift the toes up. Feel that deeper connection between the ball of the foot and the heel, and then slowly lower the toes back down. Let's loop our shoulders down and back. We'll extend our fingers out at the sides so the palms have energy through them. As we inhale, we'll lengthen up, lifting up through the crown of the head. And as we exhale, we'll press down into those sections of the feet that are connected with the mat. Using our inhale to get a little bit taller, and Exhale to root down, finding some engagement through the muscles of the legs, through the core. As you press down and lift up, feeling yourself get stronger and firmer in the shape. And when you're ready, we'll start to move again, always coming back to this in between our flows. Let's inhale, lifting both hands up. Maybe looking up, and then as we exhale, we'll bend the knees, folding forward. We'll inhale for half back, straightening legs, straightening spine. Exhale, folding. We'll plant the hands on the ground, step back, downward facing dog. From here, again, you can choose to pedal out if you want, or you can stay in stillness. Working on lifting the tailbone up and back, drawing the lower belly in, pressing the floor away. Gradually lengthening the backs of the legs. On the next inhale, let's bend the knees looking forward. As we exhale, we'll walk or step to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach up overhead. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Again, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. And after the third exhale, we'll inhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Exhale, step or walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up overhead. Exhale, hands down to heart center. And one more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. And on the next inhale, we'll bend the knees looking forward. Exhale up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, rising all the way up, reaching up overhead. We'll exhale, hands down to heart center. Let's change it up a little bit. As we inhale, we'll lift up. Exhaling, we'll bend the knees and fold forward. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to full, plant the hands. This time, step just the right foot back behind us. We'll have the toes tucked under, heel pressing back leg nice and strong and steady. And then we'll start to transfer some weight back into the right foot as we get lighter on the fingertips. And eventually come all the way up. Left knee stacks over left ankle. We'll reach our arms up overhead, coming into a high lunge. Hands can be about shoulder distance apart, or you can join them together, looking up towards the pressing back through the right heel, feeling a stretch on the front of the right hip. We'll take a nice deep breath in here, and then exhale, lower the hands down, step back to downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths, engaging through the pose, pressing the floor away, lifting tailbone up and back. After your 3 breaths, on an inhale, we'll bend the knees looking forward. Exhaling, we'll step up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, lift all the way up, reach up overhead. And we'll exhale, hands down to heart center. Other side, let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to full, plant the hands. This time, left foot steps back, toes are tucked under, heel presses back behind us. One long line of energy all along the left leg. Right knee stacking over right ankle. We'll get lighter on the fingertips as we bring more weight back into the left foot until we're able to come all the way up. Reaching hands up overhead. Again, hands can be shoulder distance apart, or they can join together looking up towards the ceiling. It's a little bit more challenging on the balance. Choosing whatever works for you. We'll inhale, lengthening up. And exhale, drop those hands down, step back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. And the next inhale, we'll bend the knees looking forward. Exhaling, we'll step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. And inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, up overhead, come all the way up to standing. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. Releasing at the side, we'll find our mountain pose. Finding deep connection through the feet to the ground. Finding lightness and length in the spine. Breathing in to lift up. And breathing out to root down. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more in again. Let's inhale, reaching both hands up overhead. Exhaling, we'll bend the knees and fold forward. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to full, plant the hands, step the feet back into plank pose this time. Heels are pressing back, body is one long line of energy. Shoulders stack over wrists. Let's drop the knees down. We'll bring the chest and the forehead down towards the ground, coming into 8-point pose. As we inhale, we'll stretch the body out, untuck the toes, come into a baby cobra. So elbows are in close to the body, drawing back towards the wall behind us. Gaze is down and slightly ahead on the floor. And there's engagement all through the legs. Press down through the tops of the toes. Breathe in, lengthen the body, lift the crown of the head away from the toes, and breathe out, press down into the hips, press down into the feet. On your next exhale, draw the body back and up into downward facing dog. From here, we'll take 3 deep breaths. And then on an inhale, we'll bend the knees looking forward. On an exhale, we'll step to the top of the mat, forward fold. As we inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's inhale, lift up overhead. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back to plank. As we exhale, we'll lower the knees down, knees, chest, chin. And then inhale for cobra. Exhale, make your way all the way back up into downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. As we inhale, bend the knees looking ahead. Exhale to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach up. Exhaling, hands center. Do this one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, and then fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full, plant the hands, step back to plank, and lower all the way down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale for baby cobra. And exhale all the way up and back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. On the next inhale, bending the knees, looking ahead. Exhaling all the way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, lift up, reach up. Join the hands together and we'll exhale down to heart center. Once again, we'll pause here, finding a strong, steady mountain pose. Finding a nice balance between the feet. Rooting down through the ball of the foot and the heel. Lengthening up through the crown of the head, finding energy through the hands. And slowing your breath down, tuning into any sensations you feel in the body. And when you're ready, we'll move again. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, we'll bend the knees and fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands. We'll step just the right foot back, toes tucked under, heel pressing straight back. As we inhale, we'll come all the way up, reaching hands up overhead. Let's exhale, drop the hands down onto the ground. We'll step back to plank and then lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale for baby cobra. And exhale all the way up and back down, facing dog. 3 breaths. As we inhale, we'll bend the knees looking forward. As we exhale, we'll step forward with the left foot. We'll inhale, rise all the way up. Reach those hands up overhead. And then exhale, we'll drop the hands down to the ground, step forward with the right foot, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, lift all the way up. Reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale, hands down to heart center. Other side, we'll inhale, lifting. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step the left foot back behind us. Toes tucked under, heel pressing back. On an inhale, we'll rise all the way up, reaching hands up overhead. Exhale, drop the hands down, step back to plank, and lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale for baby cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths. Using the opportunity to press the floor away, find a more stable position. Lengthen the spine. And after the 3 breaths, we'll inhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Exhaling, we'll step the left foot up. When you're ready, inhaling, coming all the way up, lifting hands up overhead. Exhaling, we'll drop the hands down to the ground, stepping forward, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. And we'll exhale, hands down to heart center. Good, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands, step the right foot back behind us. We'll inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. Exhale, drop the hands down to the ground, step back, and lower down. Inhaling, knees, cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Taking your time here. And after your 3rd breath, inhaling, bending knees, looking ahead. Exhaling, we'll step up. Rise all the way up, reach up, lunge. Exhale, drop the hands down, step forward, forward fold. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. Join the hands together and exhale down to heart center. Other side, let's inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step the left foot back behind us. From here, we'll inhale, rising all the way up, reach up. Exhale, drop the hands, step back, and lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Finding that engagement through the core. Lifting hips up and back. And after the 3rd breath, we'll bend the knees looking forward. On the exhale, we'll step the right foot up. Let's inhale, rising all the way up, reach hands up overhead. Exhale, drop the hands down to the ground, step forward, forward fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. Exhale those hands down to heart center. And pause for a moment in our mountain pose. Collecting our thoughts, studying the breath, and noticing any sensation that's come from that movement. Finding a deeper connection with the ground, a closer connection to the sky. Okay, let's inhale, lifting hands up overhead. Exhaling, we'll bend the knees and fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back to plank and lower all the way down, knees just chin. Inhale for baby cobra. Exhale all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Rebreath. After the 3 breaths, we'll inhale, bending the knees, looking ahead. As we exhale, let's step the right foot up. Let's turn the left toes open to the side and we'll plant the heel down. So right knee stacks over right ankle. Left leg is long. Outer edge of the left foot is connecting with the ground. On an inhale, we'll take the left arm up and back behind us. Right arm extends out in front, coming into warrior 2. So you can adjust the distance between your legs, finding something that feels like a comfortable amount of stretch. Allows you to bend your right knee over your right ankle and allows you to have equal weight between both feet. We'll stack the shoulders over the hips so the body is open towards the side of the mat, and we'll extend the arms out to the front and back. Draw the shoulder blades together but spread the fingers wide. You can look over top of your right fingertips, focusing your gaze on the tip of the index finger or slightly beyond. You can choose to stay here in stillness, or as you inhale, you can drop your left hand down, turn your right palm up, and reach that right arm up overhead, coming into exalted warrior. Keep bending into the right knee. Gazing up towards the ceiling, feeling activity through both legs, lengthening all along the right side of the body. On an exhale, we'll bend that right elbow, drop it onto the right knee. And we'll extend the left arm up overhead, lengthening the whole left side of the body, coming into extended side angle. So the right arm is resting fairly lightly on that knee. We're really focusing here on using the core and lengthening the left side. Breathe in, breathe out, and then we'll come all the way back to our warrior 2. From here, let's start to straighten out the right leg. We'll keep a little bit of a bend in the knee for support. You might need to take your back foot in a little bit closer. Stacking shoulders over hips and extending arms out front and back. We'll shift the left hip back, shift the right hand forward, and then drop that right hand down, coming into triangle. So the right hand can rest or on the floor. Arm reaches up. And again, we're going to work on stacking the shoulders, opening the body up towards the side. You could look down towards your right hand or up towards your left, whatever feels most comfortable on your neck. I'll take a nice deep breath in, reaching. Deep breath out, rooting down through both feet. And then we'll bend the right knee. Come all the way back up to our warrior 2. On an exhale, we'll windmill the hands down to the ground, turn the left toes forward, and step that left foot up to meet the right, coming into a forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. And exhale those hands down to heart center. Good, other side, we'll inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling to fold, stepping back and lowering all the way down to the ground, knees just chin. We'll inhale for baby cobra. And exhale up and back, downward facing dog. Taking 3 deep breaths. And then when you're ready on an inhale, bending the knees, looking ahead. On the exhale, we'll step the left foot forward. Let's turn the right toes open to the side, anchoring down through the outer edge of the right foot. We'll bend the left knee over the left ankle. And then when you're ready, windmill the arms up and around, coming into our warrior two. So again, you can adjust the distance between your feet. You want to find a comfortable distance. So there's a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of strength in both sides. Left knee continues to stack over left ankle, draw it open. Shoulders stack over hips, and arms extend out front and back. We'll draw the shoulder blades together and spread the fingers wide, and then look over the top of the left fingertips. Keep bending into that left knee. Choose to stay here, or on the inhale, drop the right hand down, lift the left hand high for exalted warrior. Watch the tendency of the left knee to unbend. Bend into it even as we lift up. Each inhale, lift up higher. Each exhale, lunge into that left knee. Good, let's release. We'll bend the left elbow, place it down on the left leg, and then extend the right arm forward, lengthening the whole right side of the body. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, lunge, and ground down. Good, we'll come all the way back, warrior two. We'll start to straighten out through that left leg. Again, you might need to lessen the distance between your legs to find something comfortable. We want to keep a micro bend in the left knee so it's not completely locked. Extend the arms out front and back. We'll shift the right hip back, left hand forward, and then drop that left hand, lift the right hand high. Opening the body all the way up to the side of the mat. Stacking shoulders, reaching right hand high, either looking up towards right fingertips or down towards left. Breathing slow and steady. And then we'll release, bending through the left knee, coming all the way back up, warrior two. On an exhale, we'll windmill the hands down to the ground, turn the right toes forward, and step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. From here, let's take our feet really wide on the mat. So heels can be about mat distance apart, toes open to the side, so the toes are going to be off the mat a little bit. Bring our hands to heart center. Soften shoulders down the back. Inhale, lift up. As we exhale, we'll bend the knees and start to lower the hips down towards the ground. Bring the elbows inside of the knees, pressing the knees apart. And you can adjust the distance between your feet if you need to, finding something that feels comfortable and grounded. We'll let the tailbone lower down as the crown of the head lifts up. Take a few slow, steady breaths. And then we'll release the hands and roll all the way back into a happy baby, taking hold of the outer edges of the feet, drawing the knees down towards the outer edges of the underarms. Feet are flexed, so the heels and the balls of the feet point directly up towards the ceiling. Try to draw the tailbone straight forward instead of up. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, draw those knees down towards the underarms. Breathing slow. In and out. And from here, let's move to a bound angle. So we'll bring the bottoms of the feet together. Wrap the hands around the outer edges of the feet and then start to open the knees out to the sides, drawing the heels down towards the groin, pressing the bottoms of the feet together. As you breathe in here, open the knees. As you breathe out, draw the heels in. One more breath. And then gently release the hands, lower the feet down onto the ground in the same shape. So the bottoms of the feet are connected, knees open out to the sides. Outer edges of the feet connect with the ground. You can place your feet closer to your body, for usually a little bit more intense stretch, or further away from the body for a more passive stretch. You can leave your arms at the sides, or if it's comfortable, take hold of opposite elbows and bring your arms up to frame your face. Lengthening both sides of the body, opening the shoulders. Again, breathing slow and steady in and out. Let's count 3 more breaths here. Really feeling the inhale fill you up. And finding an opportunity to soften and release on the exhale. And when you finish your 3 breaths, we'll bring the arms back down alongside the body. Draw the knees up towards one another, and then draw both knees in towards the chest, wrapping hands around the shin or the hamstrings. You can either stay in stillness, or you can rock gently from side to side, massaging the low back. If the knees are against the front of the body, maybe massaging the organs. Noticing how the side-to-side motion feels for you. As you rock, different parts of the body come deeper in contact with the mat or with each other. And tune into those sensations. And from here, let's release the arms out into a T or a cactus shape, so out to the side. Let the knees fall all the way over to the left, so that we're opening the body towards the right side. Coming into a gentle open twist. You can choose to stack something either below or between your knees if you feel like you need a little bit of extra support. If you're uncomfortable as you are and your shoulder is having a hard time anchoring down, you can always lift that right shoulder and cross your right arm over your body. And then slowly focus on drawing it back down. Never forcing a twist. Allowing yourself to breathe where you are. And gradually soften a little bit deeper into it on an exhale. And let's switch sides. On an exhale, draw both knees in towards the chest. Take a nice deep breath in. And then use the next exhale to drop the knees over to the right side. This time opening the upper body towards the left. Maybe gazing over towards the left fingertips. Breathing in, feeling a bit more space. And breathing out, finding some softness. One more nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, draw both knees all the way back up to center. And from here, we'll find a final resting pose. So you can choose to stay on your back. You might choose to have your feet planted, knees resting against each other. You could walk your heels out to the top corner of your mat, then allow the toes to rock open to the sides for Shavasana. If there's another position you prefer, you can move to that as well. Maybe a seated meditation or a child's pose, legs up the wall. Whatever allows you to feel relaxed and supported. Taking this time at the end of the class to absorb the practice and to quiet the mind. Once you've found the shape that you'd like to rest in, maybe allowing your eyes to close or letting your gaze soften downwards. Softening the muscles of the face and releasing the jaw open, letting the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Choosing perhaps to soften the shoulders down and allow the body to get a bit heavier. Taking some time to notice each and every place where the body touches down on some kind of a support. And at each one of those points of contact, acknowledge the support that's there and give yourself permission to accept that support. When the body is supported, the muscles don't have to work as hard to hold you in the shape that you've chosen. Use the support beneath you to allow yourself to soften. Allow yourself to connect with the earth. Getting a little heavier with each exhale, finding a small bit of softness each time you breathe out. And with each inhale, as you feel the ribs expand and the belly rise, maybe notice a sense of lightness as the body fills up with fresh air. There's fresh energy and oxygen. Maybe a sense of lightness, of buoyancy. As you inhale, feeling that lightness. As you exhale, feeling heaviness. Let's bring our attention back to the breath. Allow the breath to get a bit deeper once again. Drawing the inhale all the way down the length of the spine and releasing the exhale just as slowly up and out. And we'll start to gently wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Circle wrists and ankles. Turn the head from side to side. And coming back to stillness. If you are laying on your back, taking a moment to draw your knees into your chest and roll over onto one side of the body or the other. Pause for a moment there. And then when you're ready, we'll all meet up in a seated position, choosing whichever seated shape you like, using any kind of props you might need. And we'll settle down equally through both sides of the body. Lift up tall through the crown of the head. And bring the hands together in front of the heart. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to guide you through this practice. From my light to yours. Namaste.